can lean on the Barat's EXP they picked up, but won't be enough. It's a Fanny that you're up against. You're gonna have to slot in a Hilda into this draft. You can go Hilda Roam CC EXP and just accept the fact that you're not going to be dueling in lane as a CC. You're just going to try to clear as fast as you can and then just joining the rest of the squad. But in terms of tankability, the glue wins that. So far, it's looking right now, TNC has drafted AP BREN into a corner.
Yeah, if even they decide to go for tanky heroes too, like the high loss, then that'll lessen their crowd control
And
overall, and it's slow. So at least they get the Hilda and still opt for the Gatot Kacha.
Okay.
Alright.
Renmar literally called that 100% last two ones. That's actually as good as it gets, I think, for AP BREN.
Yep.
And like I mentioned, Lancey kind of needs a really hard-hitting mage here. Valentina feels like, I'm not sure.
There's a Jushin, but
Yeah. Yeah, the Jushin's still good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially for a lot of melee range heroes.
Yeah, there's not like a hard assassin that'll mess you up.
Okay.
There it is. This is
so,
beautiful.
Yeah, it seems like they're really doubling down on the physical damage.
Man, TNC drafted crazy
Yeah,
today.
leaning in. I'm leaning towards TNC Pro Team in the draft, just in the draft specifically.
Yeah.
They can take control of the center of the map relatively well. 3 Martisi can be like old 3 Martisi and be annoying with a glue. Not necessarily like with dealing damage, but you have a very strong presence. You provide space for the Granger, enough presence for the Fanny through the Cho and the Juice in the center of the map. Meanwhile, AP BREN, they have their work cut out for them.
Feels like everything was really laid out for our debut jungler here in Coil. I hope they can maximize it, 'cause right now AP BREN, if you make a mistake, this lineup can really punish hard as well.
4 flickers for TNC too.
Exactly.
Only Shizu got to pick up the Purify among everyone else.
Let's load up into game number 1 here for TNC Pro Team versus AP BREN. This is going to be fun times. We're back on the rotation here. And I would say that TNC really won hard on the draft. Let's see if they can execute it well, though.
Yep.
See how what AP BREN will do in the map to try and weather the storm a little bit. Quite literally, Benny Cutie did get a Savage with this Granger yesterday. It wasn't a win, though. It wasn't a game win. But that's still his best hero so far this season. And TNC play around it so well again in terms of providing space for it.
Yeah. So at least we'll get to see how much can they maximize the presence of a Hilda too. Because as it's looking right now, 3 Martisi, even on the glue, I feel like he can really manage and prevent Dare from being as, I don't know, all over the map for TNC.
That's very true. We're not going to see like a classic Free Martisi going crazy all the time because he is a glue, but he's going to have a lot of presence like Renmar said, and they could really use that for something, especially Dare's going to be stuck clearing these waves a lot.
Yeah. All right, so Coil was able to get the gold crab up top. He's going to hit level 4 through his own golem. Take it off, force to dash out.
Get something done here.
Yeah, good control of the center of the map for TNC Pro Team. They go to the bottom side.
Nope.
Oh, that was fast. They go for Dare, but James Banks was there as well, helping his XP laner back here in the Riverside. Though Lancey and Yawi, they're exchanging blows here with Kekadon and Chopskirt.
Yeah, that's a cutthroat already used up by the Fanny. We'll have to be going for the purple buff first before this turtle starts. So AP BREN, I think they're just going to go ahead and start this turtle themselves.
Yeah, they're waiting for it. You kind of have to, right? Especially if you're Coil, you're on the Fanny. Now they know you're Russian. What's the call going to be? They're not slowing down.
Oh, is he going to use the split? There you go. James Banks, though, still secures the turtle for AP BREN. And the grab will be used. James Banks is caught here. Coil, will he be able to find the right targets? First blood goes into the hands of TNC. They trade out Coil, though. That's both the junglers.
Yeah, jungle for jungle trade, but that was actually a great taunt clutch by Kekadon. He was the one who was able to crowd control Coil just in time to make sure that they could get the kill onto the Fanny.
Yeah, it really was painful to see Coil. They're getting taunted, can't really cable out of the way. Felt like a walk in Fanny at some point, but was able to get a kill, at least 1 for 1 for TNC and AP BREN. But AP BREN did get that first turtle. Pretty good start.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a setup type of team fight, which was started by either Yawi or either Kekedot. It was just really them battling each other up front, closing the gaps. So we'll see how AP BREN, though, still, at least they have some sort of element of surprise. They still have the diversion, which we're yet to see from Chovskirt.
That's right.
See if TNC will be able to find an opening somewhere that would allow Coil to get a kill and maybe start racking some things up. AP BREN not giving it the diversion.
Oop. Here we go. Nice diversion into a bush.
Okay, Lassie will be caught here. 4 members make sure that he gets taken out. There's Coil as well, using the cables. 3 Martizi, though, once again finds someone. And Betty Cutie's here to join everyone, followed up by the kick from Yawi. He takes down Chovskirt, and Yawi still survives.
All right, interestingly, the rest of the team for TNC, you expect a lot of early game damage from them, but it feels like they're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. So, for TNC, the thing that 3 Martizi, I've liked his rotations and the fact that he was able to catch some people there. And Yawi even adding more to the pick-off that 3 Martizi was able to do by supplementing it with a kick and a good rotation to the center of the map by Benny Cutie. So we might see a rinse and repeat of that from TNC Pro Team, and then through that, that's when they'll be able to let Coil start to rack in some kills.
Yeah, it's been an unusual sequence so far for TNC, but it's working really well.
At least they're getting even right now.
Yeah, it's mostly 3 Martizi starting things up. And then Yawi's either there to look for other targets or to provide additional layers of crowd control for them. So AP BREN got the first turtle. Let's see how this goes for now.
Very tanky front line here for TNC. Feels like they can fight, but they are going to spot out Chovskirt, at least for now.
Okay, now Yawi might just decide to start things up. Betty Cutie with the free hits, takes down Chovskirt first, followed by Kekedot. Shizu's yet to use the Zaman Force, but they might not engage against TNC anymore.
That's 2 down. AP BREN actually have to back off for now, but Yawi...
And he reserved it for this moment. James Pax, though, will get to escape, and that's enough space created for Coil to take that turtle.
Okay. Things are happening pretty fast for TNC. They're going 0 to 100 real quick here.
Yeah, glue pickup is big. 3 Mar playing with it really well. Yawi and Lassie able to zone out. They've provided space for Ben QD. TNC Pro Team has won the first 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
Ben QD feels like he's going to be so scary later on as well, right?
Yeah.
The way he's just power farming today.
Yeah, every single time he decides to join in, he at least gets a kill. Oh no, that was a purple buff steal denied and unsuccessful for AP BREN. James Pax gets taken down. They will trade out Yawi. But that's big. That's massive right now for TNC.
Yeah, it's a very good trade. A bit too early with the retribution. Lift up, Balanci.
Shizu finally uses the Zaman Force. 3 Martizi gets left here alone, but he's too tanky. They're not able to deal with him just yet. There's here as well, but it seems like he'll just get to walk away.
Wow, TNC Pro Team are playing around their power pick so well. So 3 Martizi went for the route of first building the Dreadnought armor and then just building the Radiant armor right after that sequence. Now for AP BREN, unfortunate James Pax's retribution was just a tad bit too early.
Yeah.
He thought he could even get it with a little bit of burn damage right after that, but no, it wasn't going to be enough. And he essentially leashed for Coil, who now has 2 kills to his name.
Yeah, that was he's trying to go for the fadeaway, right? Pretty easily there, but looks like that's going to be non-negotiable here. Coil, though, caught in a rock in a hard place.
Oh, does he still want to go for it?
He wants to go for it?
Fighting against 4 members.
Right.
Doesn't fully commit. Okay.
Look at the guts on him.
He got the moves, man.
All right, I see you.
Okay, Purify already forced for Shizu. Now he responds with the Zaman Force onto Yawi, but he will just dance around the walls to keep himself safe. And that's a battle spell. That's the Purify forced out for AP BREN.
Yeah. Right now, okay, I think TNC Pro Team, this is good for them. 3 Martizi's in a perfect spot.
Oh, look at the damage coming in from those bullets. The Rhapsody's no joke from Benny Cutie right now. This is what you mentioned, Rahar. I bet he hurts.
It feels like Benny Q's just having a fun time here. Everyone's going crazy in front of Freemar and Yawi.
Yeah, no one messed him up.
People are forgetting the Granger exists, man.
Yep.
It's Life or Dare that he's yet to actually die. He also has 2 kills to his name, but it feels like he can only do so much. Now look at the damage. That's a flicker in from Team Martizi. And then they also launch the way of the Dragon onto Kekedot. They have no problems in taking him out. Coil also survives that even though he engaged against 4. And there, the split which landed once more onto Dare. This might be his actual first death of the game. And that will be it. There's a diversion that isn't fully committed. 3 Martizi, 2 walking in the middle of everyone and will be finally taken out. But that is the ladder coming in from Martizi 2. He really wants to proceed with the fight, and James back chasing after Yawi might just not be able to finish off the kill as he becomes a double kill for Coil.
All right, we're getting into that situation where it feels like he's got a lot of bite to back up the bark here. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from TNC so far.
Yeah, it seems like it's just not in the attitude that Coil reminded me of Fabian. It's how he plays as well. It's not pure highlights just yet.
Oh my.
But AP BREN, James Pang said, hey, TNC Pro Team welcomed us when we made their debut. Let's give them a welcome. But this is too warm a welcome, AP BREN. TNC Pro Team should not be beating you like this.
I mean, he's just freely able to cable in and out of every single member of AP BREN. There's minimal crowd control that he could expect from them. It's probably just one successful taunt or unbreakable, but if that doesn't land, then he could just keep flying.
That's the beauty of the Yawi Free Martizi, right? They're just so focused on these 2 guys.
Yeah.
And everyone else can just do whatever they want, and it is working well. TNC right now almost 6,000 on the gold lead.
Yep.
This is why that pick by TNC Pro Team, picking up Glue in the 4th, ruined the draft of AP BREN and their potential plans. It was a fantastic pickup. And again, after the draft we mentioned, we were all leaning towards TNC Pro Team draft-wise. And game-wise, yeah, they have a better draft, and it's a draft that's way easier to pull off. The Juicing alone already messes up what the Gatakacha, the Hilda especially wants to do. The Glue can do so much to the lineup of AP BREN that the Hilda, in terms of what it brings to the table compared to the Glue, is not enough.
Yep. That Jushin, which by the way made it all the way to last pick.
True.
For
amazing.
TNC.
And again, I have to commend TNC for being able to do that as well. That's pretty amazing.
Why does he just feel so confident on this Fanny?
It's really slow, right? It's not the usual super zippy Fanny. He's just like slow paced, taking his time with the cables. But it does give a lot of impact. So we're really gonna have to watch these games later on for sure.
Yeah.
They banned the Eve and the Far. I get the Farsa ban, but why ban the Eve?
Yeah.
Right? They already have the Gatot. Hariths sometimes don't even care about fighting under the real-world manipulation. Sometimes they welcome it.
We haven't seen a good money diversion yet, have we?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There was one that was immediately spotted out. I think that's also one of the advantages of having a Jushin, really. You can just always just scout the brushes with your Lantern players.
Which is pretty insane when you think about it. How you have a Suyo, you have a Suyo, yeah, and you have a Loyi, but you can't really utilize them on the map. You're stuck just trying to answer all the aggression from TNC, and that is not the place where you want to be in if you're AP BREN.
Okay, they get to taunt Yawi, who just survives all that.
Cho'God.
Just uses the Jeet Kunjo and the Shun pose, and now it's Dare who will be taken down. Kekedot jumps in with the AOG Kyle while he just makes sure everyone else is distracted. Benny Cutie goes in for another double kill. And just look at the amount of kills already in Benny's hands. That's 5-0 to his name.
Yep. Again, everything's supplementing the Granger so well that Benny Cutie will have the easiest time of his life just dealing damage. AP BREN unfortunate that they were not able to take down Yawi. They taunted him first. It was a good lockdown, but they just did not have enough damage. And Yawi didn't even need to use the flicker to get away. Coil has been having an impressive debut so far because TNC Pro Team have drafted very well around this Fanny.
That's right. You can't even completely attribute it to the Fanny, right? It just feels like Yawi's just doing Yawi things on the show. And Free Martizi, every time he has a target, feels like that target's just going down, evaporating so quickly.
Yeah, every time we see the flickers or the battle spells being used, it's almost always to just chase or find an opening against AP BREN, whereas AP BREN, they're always forced to use their spells defensively. It's starting to look a little difficult for AP BREN to eventually defend this upcoming Lord Siege. They do have Shizu though, And they have Chov Skirt, which is an additional layer of AoE, but...
They got some tools, for sure. But again, they're not able to actually use those tools quite yet. Yaoi's very deep here.
Yeah.
Look at that confidence.
Oh, but he still gets to spot one. Kekedot will be kicked, but that's a punish by AP BREN.
Yeah, good trade there. Used his ultimate right away so that he could get the stun off on Yaoi, so that he wouldn't be able to complete the animation of the Way of the Dragon.
Yep.
Look at this, though. Attack is happening right now. That tower's not long for the swirl. TNC's out on front, 4 versus 5.
Oh, Coil flying inside. Kekedot will fall. That's a flicker once again from 3 Martizi to start things up. Split to survive because the damage is starting to really rack up for AP BREN. The Zaman Force is starting to get painful. James Pangs goes in. Betty Cutie, though, still has the flicker and will immediately reposition to survive.
All right, very costly attack there for TNC, actually losing 2 in the process. But I think can still be considered worth it because it feels like a full reset. So they got a big inhib turret. And against AP BREN's lineup, that's also pretty good.
Yeah, they still have a monster lead, 9,000 at this point. Gonna be a while until AP BREN can really make a big comeback out of this, unless 3 Martizi, Yaoi mess up. But Benny Cutie, I was surprised he actually still had this flicker all that time. He was able to use it just at the right time so that he wouldn't get killed by either Shizo or James Pangs, forcing their attack on him back. Now another purple side invade. Buff by TNC Pro Team, already forcing out the Avatar of Guardian from Kekedot.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Now they have full control of this purple buff and will deny it once more for James Pangs. This has been a very difficult game to farm for James Pangs, honestly.
For sure. This is a tremendous game for TNC and a good start for Coil, but James Pangs, despite being touted as like the biggest hero here for AP BREN, feels like he's having a hard time just getting gold at this point, and for a good reason. TNC is looking fire, and look at the stacks on that guy.
All right, 40. Benny Cutie was able to build up his Skypiercer at 2 kills. So now he has 40 on him, 528 on the Granger. Looks like he is able to dish out, how many is that? It's like 5 or 6 Rhapsodies before he runs out of bullets too.
Oh, Ko just picked up the Rose Gold Meteor as well. So if he does decide to go in again, even this against 4, he might be able to last a little longer.
That's right. Here's another one. Very good waves managed already for TNC. It's pushing up on top. I don't think they want to rush it quite yet. Might buy some time for AP BREN to get in the position to go ahead and contest this Lord.
Yeah. At least they have all complete battle spells. They also have the diversion ultimate, but every single brush is just being checked so well by Lancy. It's almost impossible to get to find a spot if you were Chov Skirt.
Diversion.
Oh.
They're using it already. Early on.
Conceal though from Yaoi. Where is he going after? Oh, he lands the kick onto James Pangs! And now James Pangs might just get bursted down, but right before he does, the last hit on the Lord gets secured by Lancy instead. 3 Martizi trying to run away. He does survive, and Betty Cutie's now godlike.
What a fight by Yaoi. James Pangs didn't get taken down, but he could not retribution it just in time. A little bit too early for him, for Coil. Also missed the mark. It's actually Lancy who got the last hit onto that Lord. The diversion play by Chov Skirt put Shizo in a better spot to fight, and a lot of damage was actually dished out by that Harith, just not enough to send TNC back reeling. They can move forward with this.
Going for broke. This is a classic AP BREN maneuver, but decides against it at the last minute, realizing that, you know what, we have a Lord walking up on bottom. Maybe we don't need to make a risky play just yet.
Yep. TNC needs to be extra careful for this. They wouldn't want to make another mistake that'll eventually allow AP BREN to catch up once again.
Here we go. They're getting started once more with the siege. That tower is quite low. Coil flying in and out.
Oh, the duality is hers! But then they're still able to sustain it somehow and instead force out the AOG from Kekedot. Now Dare is gone, 1 tanky member down, and now they gain access to the base alongside the Lord. That's just split from 3 Martizi. Will he able to catch a target? He does it. Oh, he does! He got one, and that's going to be Kekedot. But now Yaoi gets bursted down too. The Zaman Force from Shizu is a bit too much to handle, but there's Coil flying in, trying to burst out the members of AP BREN, but they're able to sustain it.
You can't really underestimate the damage that can come out of a Harith at this point.
Yeah, Shizo is so online. That was the Harris single-handedly keeping them in the fight. Of course, the damage getting dished out by the other members of AP BREN as well. The duality and burst coming out of the low Yi. What damage James Banks can do means that TNC Pro Team cannot end it just yet. However, Benny Cutie is still bulletproof in this game. 8-0-4. He is now at 60 stacks on the Sky Piercer. While Coil is going for the hybrid build on the Fanny, got the anti-Karaz. The second to the last item was a Rose Gold Meteor, and he is playing off of the War Axe Heptasis Malefic Roar trio.
Yeah, big attack though from TNC. They really broke down all those inhibitors turrets, which would mean it's gonna be hard for AP BREN to actually contest this Lord coming in around 35 seconds. Although they have shown that they have firepower, right?
Yeah.
I think that might be enough to just stave off some really cheesy plays coming from TNC later on. But that doesn't mean that they can't pull off some cheese of their own with the diversion.
I wonder how many Lords are AP BREN still able to hold out since we are past the 18-minute mark.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like
Evolved Lord, here we go.
that's the evolved Lord already, and it'll be spawning a lot more faster than the first 18 minutes of the game.
Right. In the bright side, historically, like assassins like the Fanny do kind of fall off a little bit in the later stages of the game, but they did build up a pretty sizable lead, which means there's still a pretty good chunk of advantage for TNC in terms of items.
Yeah. It's only that Shizu's lacking, I think, one last item, though.
Yeah.
So you can really feel the damage already coming in from him.
Okay, let's see. Good control. Coil is up at the bottom of the map. I think he wants to maybe just move out the way a little bit more. No information given. Where is Yaoi? That's what they're looking for.
Yeah. Yaoi's positioning himself really well here. Lancey also making sure there isn't any diversion.
Wow, this is so planned. They're forcing AP BREN, someone to go back and defend. It's going to be Shizo. That's going to be a lot of damage on the side of AP BREN. Gone for this one.
Oh, boy.
And
That's
there you go.
that's a brilliant move.
Yeah.
They finally spot Shizu still defending, but at least there's Trump Skirt though.
AOG.
There's the AOG already landed. Oh, Coil catches it actually, and they force him out of the Lord Pit. Now James Banks will try to contest it, but Coil still gets back and secures it for the team. And now there's the latter players coming in from Lancey, jumping in as well. James Banks already popping his immortality, and Kekedot trying to buy some time to save his jungler, and he will successfully escape, but at the expense of Kekedot's life. Now Coil and Benny Cutie are already here in the mid lane, just focusing all their resources on the base. But Benny Cutie's immortality is finally popped, and he is shut down by Shizu.
This has been a monster of a game. 20 minutes already. We thought TNC Pro Team could win it there, but two members of AP BREN are down. A minion wave crashing in. Lots of it for TNC and the Lord as well, but they don't have Benny Cutie. They will have to rely on the basic attacks of the Fanny to end it if they can.
Very nice try here for TNC, but look at that. They're still fighting it off. 3 members remain for AP BREN.
Split from 3 Martizi, but look at Shizu trying to defend his best. He gets scotched here by that split coming in from 3 Martizi though. And now they're eventually still able to defend this.
No, don't force it, Lancey.
What are you doing?
What, Lancey?
He's going for it. Oh, he's going for it. No way.
Lancey all alone.
Benny.
No way!
Oh, Lancey!
Oh my god!
Oh my!
What?